from now. So for today, we will have only one video recorded. So clear with this use case? Okay. So next we will go to, and that current and previous, I will give examples in few minutes on the last. So second scenario we have is if work notes changes, then we have to change the state of our incident to in progress. Okay, so let's do. So while updating, okay, so earlier it was before insert, right? Now before update, and I'm using the same example. I'm removing this. So work notes, when work note changes, so here you can see work note changes. So whenever we change anything in work notes, this condition should match. Or on while updating, then what it should do, it should set state to in progress and incident state also to in progress. So simple example, like when we are updating and when we change this work notes, it should directly update this thing. Okay, and here I'm removing this script, else it will stop, it will abort. So here no message, no nothing, just we will just update state this one. So incident, let's first create. So nothing will run while creating, while inserting. So nothing will run while saving it. Okay. So what was our use case? So when we update anything in work notes, so here is work notes. So as I told you, by default, it will be add additional comments, but you will have checkbox here. If you select that, it will be, that will get hide and work notes field will be visible. So I'm giving test. And on the top, you can see state is new, right? And now I am inserting something in work notes and I am clicking on post. So I'm posting work notes. So let's see what will happen. What happened to this? It is not performing. Oh yeah, sorry, the data policy is running in background everywhere. So back, updating this and post. So you can see that work notes got inserted. So let's check the state. You can see it is in progress, and you will see this blue color when something gets changed, like system administrator has modified this field. Like when this form is open and some other person inserted, like from scripting or something, and some changes get occurred. So it will show this blue color. Okay. So that is the purpose, and our business rule is running. Okay. So clear with this? Sharad, Sohel, Rohit, small example.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next simple scenario, do not delete if it is new. Okay. So like when our ticket is in new state, we should not allow that ticket to be deleted. So let's first go there, like incident. Let's try to delete something like open. These are all open tickets, and you can see state is new now. So I am opening that and I am clicking on delete. So this ticket will get deleted. So remember, it is 0070. So I'm clicking on this delete. So it deleted my ticket from the system. Now you can see only 48. Let me delete one more. So delete this record. See 47, that is getting deleted. So what is our new condition? Sorry. When state is new, we should not allow that to delete. Okay. So how we can achieve that? Business rules, and I'm using the same business rule which I have created. Just I will update that conditions. I'm not going to create new every time. So I'm using the same one. Just what we are doing changes. Earlier it was before insert, then before update, now before deleting. Okay, before deleting. If state is new or condition, incident state is new. Like we have, you may think like why we have these two fields, state fields. So this state field, a normal state field, it is coming from task table, but separately incident table also has a field incident state. So this both will show the same fields like new, in progress, all those will show same. But while matching some condition, we will give this both like state and incident state. This is from task table, this is from incident table. Okay. So while when this condition match, what we should do, we should abort that action, right? Nothing in script, nothing here, just we are aborting action, and I'm not even giving any message. So I will just get that in abort action message, invalid update, that thing, and let me save this. So saved. Now I'm going to this incident open. Now opening a new incident, which is in new state. Okay, this is already existing incident, which is in new state. So now I am clicking on delete. So let's see. It should not allow us to delete. This is not our message. This is SLA message. We will see that SLA topic in next round after a week. So just I'm clicking on delete here. So it should not allow to delete. Yeah, you can see it is not allowing us to delete, but still number is 7 and it is not showing us any message, but still it is not deleting anything. See, I am clicking on delete again and again, but still count is 47. Okay. So our business rule is running. It is not allowing us to do something. Let me try to give message. Let's see even it will show that message or not. So we have 47 records. I'm trying to delete this record. Yeah, see, this action cannot be performed, and I'm going to my business rule. Okay. That is actually it should not reflect like this. It should still stay on same page, and it should not go to any other page, but it is going to other page. If you want to restrict that thing, you have to write code for that. So for now, I'm removing this, I'm removing this, and here again, action abort. And then we have current, I think current dot or gs dot, I don't remember. Current dot set, not this one. Set, yeah. Set redirect to current. So it will not move to any other page. It will stay on this page only. If we are giving this, like similarly, we have in .NET also, right? Set redirect. So it will move to any other page. So those things. So similarly, we have that thing here. Set redirect to any other page, or it should stay on same page. So that is the purpose. So now let's see. After abort, it should stay on same page. So now incident open, going to this. So delete. Now clicking on delete button. Now you can see it is staying on same page and it is not deleting any record. So let's see, still 47 and still on same form even after clicking delete. And that is because of this gs.set redirect to current. If you don't have that, it is getting redirect to some other page. And you can see like we have set redirect, and inside that you can give some URL string. So if you give any other URL, it will redirect to any other page. Okay. So you will face this issue, like you will not face this most of the time in business rule, but you will face this issue while writing UI actions. Like UI actions, I told, right, we will create button, delete, update. So inside that you will need this code every time, gs.set redirect to current. You should write that every time, and we will explore this while we are working on that UI action. Okay. So for now, just understand, like we have this concept also in ServiceNow. Okay. So we are done with business rules without script. So next, business rules with script. We have only 10 minutes, so I will take only one example. If time, if it's already 11, so we will take next examples in tomorrow's session. And business rule is an important topic because we will write many business rule every day as a developer. Okay. So please understand, like when first, please understand when you should write UI policy, in which conditions, and when you should write client script, all those four. And you have to understand when you should write a business rule, like we have before, after, asynchronous, and display, and after like that insert, update. So you have to first understand what script you should write. Only after that you can get your scripting, that all things in internet somewhere. But first you should understand in which condition you should run this. Okay. And when like in interview, they will use same scenarios, like this use cases, and they will directly ask you like what you will write here. Like you will write some, like you have to answer him, like we will write before business rule, before insert. So in ServiceNow interview, they will not ask you for coding. If like only some companies will ask you for coding, like by sharing your screen. But in interviews, they will mostly give you some scenarios like this only, simple scenarios. Like this is my condition. When work node changes, I should change my state to in progress. So how will you achieve that? So you have to explain him that you will write before business rule, and you will achieve that. So these are the interview questions and scenarios they will ask you. Okay. And rarely they will ask you to share your screen and do some type of scripting. Okay. So this is our new thing, new user story. Restrict short description and color, like avoid duplicate, mainly avoid duplicate. I will write that here. Avoid duplicate incidents with same short description and same color. Like if same color and same short description, we should not allow that to insert. Okay. And how will we check that? Using script. And we call that as a glide record. It is similar to LinkU in .NET. For now, we will take one example of glide record. And after 1 or 2 days, we will have a special session for exploring that glide record, like insert all the crude operations using that glide record. Okay. But remember, it is similar like LinkU. So I will use the same thing. When it should run, before insert, and before insert. Okay, before insert, because we should not allow duplicate, right? So before insert, and no conditions, or I will give like where short description is not empty. When short description is not empty, it should run. Okay. What is the purpose if short description is empty? Okay. So next, nothing to do in this action. I'm removing this also because we don't need that. and we are going directly to this. Okay, so we will write our script here. So where something like gr is equal to, I will explain point to point about this glide record. Glide record, and here you should give your table name similar to link queue. Okay, so first here in this line we are accessing our incident table. Next, gr dot, like our variable dot add query, like if you want to add any filtering, any query on that. So what I am doing, I am checking if short description on the form, description, comma, current dot short description. I have told you, like, current dot short description means short description which is on form. Okay, and gr dot, I have one more condition, that is about caller. So add query. So again, caller dot id. I remember this caller dot id because I have told you example yesterday. So this is short underscore description is background name of short description, and this caller id underscore id is background name of our caller id. Okay, so again, current dot caller. Okay, sorry, I have given a dot here instead of comma. So comma, current dot, I will access all the things on the form. Okay, caller id. So then gr dot query. Okay, so this is similar to my link queue query. First here what I am doing, I am querying on, like, I am accessing my incident table. Okay, after that I am applying some condition, like if short description on incident form is similar to short description on my incident, like this is of table, short description of table is matching short description of our form, then it should populate. Okay, and if caller id on table is matching caller id on our form. Okay, like similarly, if add query opened by is like on table should match like opened by on form. Like if I have opened the ticket in ServiceNow already, so it will check in table and it will check on the form. If those are matching, it will populate us, like it will show count or whatever we have. So before that, let's see one thing. GS dot add info message, and inside that gr dot get row count. So first let's see how many we are getting. So how many tickets with we have with same short description and same caller ID, it will show us count, and only after that we will do that abort all those conditions. So first let's check. I'm going to incident, so I will take, yeah, you can see this is yes. I'm giving this commonly, right, or test, and who is the caller? Let me pull that here. Yeah, caller we have, and caller is able tutor every time. So I will try to create a new incident with a caller as able tutor and with same short description, and it should show us count for now. So able tutor, and I'm giving test. So it should show us count, like how many tickets we have with same caller and same this thing. So save. So you can see it is showing us count 2. And now I will try to create new one. Now it should show us count 3. And test. See, count as 3. Because it is matching our condition, and because we have tickets with same caller and same description, it is showing us count. So this is a shortcut, like this is our variable, right, for accessing everything in this table, gr. So gr dot get row count, like gr dot anything, you can like click here and you can see all the things. Like join query, like similar to our SQL queries, we have join also here. And like these are for deleting, updating, all those things. And yeah, just for now, just remember this gr dot get row count. Here it is. Okay. So now what was our condition? We should abort inserting when this condition are matching, right? So if, and I will explain about this also line by line, gr dot next, open, close. Okay, sorry, gr dot. And what was that? Current dot set abort action to true. Okay, so I will explain this line by line. Till here we have seen, right, we are accessing incident and we are checking short description, short description and caller ID, and this line will query that. And after that we have this if condition. So why we are writing if condition? So if we get some output from here, and if we get some at least to count as one, like at least one record is matching to this caller and description. So if one any one is matching, it will come under this condition. Okay, like you can even write else, but most of the time we don't write else. You can write else and check. So if at least we have one record matching this condition, it will come inside this. Else it will go to next condition, and which is not needed. Okay, so you can like ask me question, like I'm saying, when even if one condition, like if one condition matches, it will go in if. Like what if we have multiple record matching this condition, like multiple, then I will write while. Okay, so while gr dot next, so there will be just two conditions. If you want to check even if at least one record is there or not matching or not, and while if you want to check if multiple records are matching or not. Like I will explain you in detail, like what is when we should use if and when you should use while. So for now I have given this, and when this condition is matching if, then I am setting that to abort. So let me save, and I'm creating new condition, new, and I'm giving same able tutor and test, and it should abort the action. It should not allow me to create. See, invalid insert. It is not allowing me to create that incident. And you can say like it is showing about like invalid insert, but still caller is able tutor and description. And this question was similar for like I too had this question when I was learning ServiceNow. So this is the this is problem with abort action. It will abort the action, but it will not refresh the form, and actually it will not perform any action like inserting, updating. It will not perform. It will abort that action, but it will not refresh your form. So you have to reload your form, and you can see that it didn't save your record. So that is the issue with abort action, and just remember that. Okay. And just one more condition, like this is for just we are checking, right? And if this matches, and I want to, like if we have conditions with matching the short description and able tutor as caller, we want to add that something in description, like I'm giving as duplicate. Just for example, and current dot update. So what I'm doing, yeah. So when this condition are matching, it should update all the like it for now. It will update only one record with this description. So let's check. I am opening, I am filtering this. So you can see we have 4 or 5 records with this. And where we have description. Yeah, description. So you can see we don't have anything in description. And what is my new condition? So when we are inserting anything matching this, it should update the description. But for now, it will update only one. Let me open and let's run. Okay, primary key, a unique detail. So incident. Able tutor. Test. I am trying to save this now. Let's see. Okay, it is matching some unique key and okay, so yeah, it is not allowing me. Just I want to. Okay, let's take this example when we are working on update, update before update, and when we are writing script. Else, it will take more half an hour for now. Okay. And we will have a particular session for this glide record. Okay. Okay. Any questions for now? Until now?
No.
No, right? Okay. Okay, I will just keep this set about. So Sharath, Sohail, Rohit, anything?
Why
No,
can we? Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Yes.
Why can we add other option also?
Like what other option? Which one?
Glide record in glide record.
Yes, you can write as many as glide records you want in this script.
We can't use another option that in the line.
Which particular line?
It will shows the other option in the view. No?
Sorry, this one.
When you are no back only.
Okay. This. You are saying about line number 7. If while those things.
I think Gautam, can we change the 4th and 5 line? Like we are querying only the description and the call already, right? So
Yeah.
can we change the condition? I think that is the question.
Yes. You can change anything. Like you can check anything like priority, and here also current dot priority. So this is just filtering. This is just filtering incident table, and you are just filtering similar like this. Yeah, where it is. Like here. Short description. I'm just filtering that thing here, like contains, test, and caller is able tutor. And this, where I am performing this on incident, right? So you can see this, that is just for filtering, like where short description is matching our, like here I have given hard codedly, right, test, but there we are checking tables short description with short description on our form, and we are checking caller on table records with caller on our form. So this is same, like we are just filtering that.
Okay.
Okay. And we will see that in detail, like glide record, we will have a separate class on glide record, and we can see in how many different ways we can filter that. Like we have add query here, right? Similarly, we will have gr dot add. Yeah. And sorry. Add. This we will have this add active query. So what it will do? It will filter only records which are active. Then we have encoded query. Encoded query is separate, like we can see that in detail. Then not null, like where that field is not null, like where caller field is not null, it will filter only those records. So we have many options, like we will see that while working on glide record. And if you still want to go to glide record before our session, then go to Google and click glide record cheat sheet. So here, first link, glide record query cheat sheet. Just click on that. So if you want to see, like here, sorry, add query. Sorry, add query. So you can see we have some examples here. So this is incident. He is applying glide record on incident. He is applying this add query when where active is true. So he is performing that. And here we have that if condition. Okay. So this is the cheat sheet we have. And then we have add encoded query, like which I told you. So here is one more example related to add encoded query. So you can explore like what is the encoded query. Then we have add null query, which not null, add null, those which I have shown on the form. So you can explore that from here. Glide record cheat sheet. So they have just basic example and you can explore those. Okay. So we will see this in detail in so better I will we will have a class on glide record tomorrow itself. So after that you can like before because in business rule glide record is compulsory. So first we will have glide record session, and only after that we will move to after business rule, asynchronous, all those things only after glide record. So tomorrow we will have glide record session. Okay. So just before that, just explore this field without writing any script. For now, don't write any script and just use this condition and use this action and try to create your business rules. And you can write that scripting business rule with scripting after your glide record session. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then yeah. That's all for now. So tomorrow we will see glide record, and I think glide record will also take 1 or 2 days. So, but we will complete glide record before business rule. Okay. Okay then. Yeah. Bye for now.